Here we go. Final hour of the Matt Murphy Show this Monday, September 15 edition. Thank you for being with us. It's one of those days where you're dealing with a lot of tragedy in the aftermath of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. We're dealing with a lot involved in that, considering the amount of people that sadly have chosen to take to social media to celebrate the assassination of anybody, celebrate the assassination of an innocent person. And we are seeing a lot of that happening in the state of Tennessee and around the United States of America. And these people have a misguided thought that there will be no consequences to that. And that is simply not the case. There are a number of vigils that we want to tell you about a little bit later on tonight. I think there's one in Shelbyville, if I'm not mistaken, that I was told about on social media. And I appreciate that. By the way, y'all don't have to tell me anymore. Apparently, I was trying to talk about antique archaeology, and I said antique anthropology, which is a different thing. And a number of you have pointed that out, and y'all think y'all are very funny. I will not go into the jokes that are being made at my expense. That said, it's antique archaeology, not antique anthropology. All right, and one way or the other, the store's closed. You can't go there anymore. And thoughts and prayers out to Mike Wolf and his family because they got into an automobile accident this past Friday. We'll get into the possibility of Ilhan Omar being censured. I called for this Saturday, I guess it was, maybe Sunday morning. Ilhan Omar needs to be censured for her remarks regarding the passing of Charlie Kirk. There is no excuse for the things that she said. And frankly, it's a reminder that your First Amendment rights in the United States of America are a guarantee that government will not prevent you from living freely based on your political opinions. It does not mean that you have a guarantee to a right to work anywhere, and your employer certainly is well within their rights to fire you if they deem you to be a stain on the reputation of their company. And frankly, I would love to see nothing more than Representative Ilhan Omar fired from her position. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, but we can do the next best thing and censure this woman. More on that coming up in just a couple of minutes. And the image that we have, the full mosaic picture of the shooter is emerging, and we'll share some of that with you as well. To include, the final hour will also include, I should say, the fact that Donald Trump and the National Guard come into Memphis. The president making that announcement with the blessing of Governor Bill Lee. I think Marsha Blackburn was at the announcement as well. The president of the United States will send in Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, amongst others, into Memphis. Look, my hesitation on any of this was that the federal government of the United States of America does not have a 10th Amendment right to supersede the desires of a governor of any given state. Our governor, Bill Lee, seems to be on board with all of this. And with that in mind, then I say, let's go. Let's make it happen because, sadly, officials in the city of Memphis have failed their constituencies for far too long. We'll talk about that as well. Right now, we'll turn our attention to the Murphy Show hotline where our own brother Chris Hand awaits to talk about the event that's happening later on in Murfreesboro. Chris Hand, what's going on, my brother? How are you?
Well, what's up, Matt? We're down at the fountains at Gateway down in Murfreesboro, right off Medical Center Parkway. The event doesn't kick off for another hour, but the crowds are already piling up. There's plenty of parking left if anybody wants to come down here. But this is a crowd of good-looking patriots that are celebrating Jesus and Charlie Kirk and faith in this country. And it's really heartwarming to be around just a bunch of people who are kind of feeling the same way. It's like, there's been a bit of heaviness over everybody these past couple of days, but to see the silver lining and the community coming together, it's really something special.
I was talking to someone. I've been going to physical therapy for my shoulder, right? And
Yep.
And I don't. Some of the physical therapists know what I do for a living. Some of them don't. But this was not Abigail the abuser, right? My PT instructor. This was another one in the building. She comes up to me today and she said, "Man, it's been a rough week," and I didn't really know what she was talking about. I didn't know if she was talking about, my shoulder or, Tennessee game,
right.
whatever. And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Charlie." And it was kind of one of these moments where I'm like, I didn't realize you were a fan. She said, "Of course." And the next thing out of her mouth, Chris, she said, "But I went to church yesterday and it was more full than I'd ever seen it. And all I could do was think about him." And
isn't that amazing?
That's so good.
It's so good. God won't waste your pain. It's kind of like been my motto these past few days. And it just keeps really proving itself true every corner that we turn. Church on Sunday was no excuse, and I mean, no exception.
Mm-hmm.
And every church around this country was slam packed. I don't know, man. It's really cool to watch. I didn't expect so much good to come out of such a tragedy, but there is a lot of good coming out of it.
Well, and all of the folks that I hear, I mean, they've reached out to me. I can't imagine how many are reaching out to you too, Chris. And some of them have talked about what Charlie meant to them. Some of them are telling me about how he touched their lives and in what way. And the most special to me are the number of people that are reaching out saying, you know what? I never knew anything about him, but now I'm finding out more. I'm watching his videos. I'm watching his presentations. I'm finding out more about Turning Point, and I'm finding out what a godly person he was, what a follower of Christ he was. I mean, all of those things, it will never touch the pain of last Wednesday, obviously, but there's a certain level of solace that you have in what good can potentially come out of it, I guess.
Yep. Absolutely, man. I mean, we are witnessing the turning point in the country. I don't think that we're ever going back. I think we're seeing revival at heights that we never could have imagined. And we gotta take this good. We gotta harness it. And we gotta keep going.
I've asked the question rhetorically a couple of times since Wednesday. I've had opportunity to speak to you privately. I've had an opportunity to listen to you publicly. Obviously, I listen to you every day. But I'll ask the question again because I know many folks that maybe don't get a chance to listen to you during the day are asking it. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I mean, it comes in waves, right? Like all this stuff does. I think after this weekend, we're all doing a lot better.
Yeah.
But my heart goes out for my Turning Point family, and they're still going. I'm sure you heard Erica's remarks on Friday. And it's like, the campus events are going to continue. America Fest is going to go on. I was talking with Bailey, who is a rep for the high school chapters here in Tennessee. And she's like, man, we're flying out Saturday for the memorial. She's like, because we got another event Saturday morning. So, like, these guys are still working so hard at the Turning Point team that they haven't had a chance to grieve. They're going to grieve here in 2 weeks to a month, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they're working so hard. So, like, right now, I'm so much more worried about the Turning Point family than anything else. And just, I want to wrap those guys up with love and wrap those guys up with prayer. My wife and I are going to be going to the memorial service this weekend. And I mean, I told everybody, it's like, I'm not coming to watch the memorial service. Like, I'm coming to help carry the load. So put me to work, like whatever I can do. And it's kind of like an all hands on deck approach.
Well, it should be an incredible moment, and not just in the history of the organization, not just in the history of the conservative movement, but in the history of the United States of America, frankly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something to see.
Tonight's going to be special, too. I just wanted to make sure that folks down in Murfreesboro were aware of what's going on. Just remind us of exactly where you are. Several people are like, hey, where's the address? Want to know where Chris is? Want to hug his neck if possible. Where are you guys gathering tonight?
1500 Medical Center Parkway. It's the Fountain at Gateways. It's a huge complex with office buildings and shops and stuff like that. There's tons of parking. There is an overwhelming presence of Murfreesboro's finest here. You're going to feel safe. You're going to feel loved. You're going to have a good time, and we definitely want everybody out here to celebrate the life of Charlie Kirk. Well,
we're thinking about Charlie. We're thinking about the family. We're thinking about the Turning Point family, thinking about you, and really thinking about America. I mean, I do feel like there's a great awakening that is going on as a result of this. I feel like it was already happening among American youth, in large part thanks to Charlie Kirk, and I think that's just going to continue now more than ever. Chris, you know how much I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
Hey, man, I love you, Matt. Big fan of the show. I try to listen as often as I can.
I love you too, man. And thanks a lot. And hopefully everybody's going out to Murfreesboro. If you're not going to Murfreesboro, and thank you, Chris, if you're not going to Murfreesboro tonight, then there's Shelbyville. I think there's another one in, I forgot the town. It began with a T, and I've lost it now. Somebody sent me something out on it.
Tullahoma?
It wasn't Tullahoma, although there might be one in Tullahoma. Who knows? But if y'all know of one, or if you know of a vigil or a candlelight event that's happening tonight in honor of Charlie, hit us up on the super text line 615-737-9986, and we will make sure to get it out to the people. Mark wants to talk about Memphis, Tennessee. Mark, what's on your mind, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. How you doing?
I'm great.
West Memphis, Arkansas has a bad crime rate, too. There's a casino over there that you can't even go to because you'll get carjacked or robbed in the parking lot. And the police won't even come in the parking lot because the casino is run by gang members. So, I think a lot of the crime is going to move out of Memphis, Tennessee, and move over there while we have all the law enforcement over into Memphis. So they need to beef up the security in West Memphis, Arkansas.
Is West Memphis, Arkansas, and forgive me for not knowing, Mark, I grew up in just outside of Augusta, Georgia, in a little town called Thompson, Thomson, no P in Thompson. So I know a little bit about this, but Augusta was on the border of Georgia and South Carolina, and so South Carolina is north. It's the same city, but it's Augusta and North Augusta. Is that like West Memphis is? Is it basically the same city?
Yes, sir. I've been to Augusta, Georgia, and Augusta.
North Augusta.
Yeah, but West Memphis is on the other side of the Mississippi River, and that's when you're in Arkansas.
Right.
And they have a casino right there. You can't go to that casino because you will get robbed and carjacked. The police won't even come there. I mean, I've tried going there to the casino, and it's not safe. You got teenagers that are robbing and carjacking, and the police won't come on the parking lot due to the fact that they're scared because the casino's run by gangs.
Well,
so they're going to
shnikes.
They're just going to jump right over and Mud Island used to be, my brother-in-law lived on Mud Island. They had to move because of the crime. So I just feel like that he should be helping West Memphis too. So
I will assure you of this, Donald Trump wants to stop the crime where it exists. And if the governor of Arkansas gives him the go-ahead, I assure you that they will move the National Guard anywhere within that city in order to affect a reduced crime rate and to protect those citizens.
Well, he needs to be talking to the governor of Arkansas so he can go over there because that is a lot of crime in that area. And I'm just afraid that all the crime will move over the river until everybody leaves.
Right.
And then jump back over.
Right.
So
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, message received, Mark, and I'll do what I can to send the message out to our state officials. We got a couple of lines of communication that are wide open to the governor's office, and I love that the governor is allowing this to happen in the state of Tennessee. I mean, it would be easy for a state governor to challenge the presidential authority here. That's not what's happening. The president and the governor of the state of Tennessee are working together in an attempt to stop this crime. Secondarily, I believe that the governor of Arkansas would do the same thing. Isn't that governor of Arkansas? That's Sarah Huckabee Sanders, right? Don't I have that right? I think I have that right. Yeah. I mean, surely she's going to work with. I mean, she would do anything in her power to help Donald Trump eliminate this crime. 615-737-9986. Okay. Sarah Huckabee Sanders wouldn't put up with that crap in her state either. So I promise, as 3036 has put it, I promise you that she is working this thing out and watching as it plays out in real time. There is a number of you have told me about the vigils. There's a vigil tonight in Woodbury at 6:30 at the town square. That's Woodbury, Tennessee. There's a tribute to Charlie Kirk tonight at 6 o'clock, already started at the courthouse in Fayetteville. That's Lincoln County. Candlelight vigil tomorrow night in Lewisburg at 5. There's one in Shelbyville tonight at 7. I don't know if this one in Thompson Station is tonight or what, but someone's mentioning Thompson Station. And that is all I have so far. So, and Tiny writes in and says, Matt got his tongue wrapped around his eye tooth and couldn't see what he was saying. Well, that's a standard occurrence on this radio show. I assure you of that. 615-737-9986. Dustin's got another thought on a vigil. We'll get to it momentarily on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Stoltz Co. is your one-stop shop for all things post-frame buildings. And friends, if you've not been to the website, I could talk to you all day about Stoltz Co. But the photographs speak for themselves. The Stoltz Co. post-frame building, including pole barns and garages, equestrian spaces, event spaces, and, of course, the ever-popular barn dominiums. I mean, those photographs speak for themselves. They are incredible at what they do. If you own property, if you're looking to do something with your property to increase the value, if you want to put money into real assets by building on your land, it's time to get together with Stoltz Co. They build high-quality custom structures at a very reasonable price. One of the reasons people go the barn dominium route is not just because it's a beautiful structure. It's a very open plan concept on the interior. It is going to save you money. That's what it's all about. So if you're looking for a just because, she shed or pole barn, if you're looking for a garage space for your guy, if you're looking for an in-law suite on your property, you can get it at Stoltz Co. And they can do turnkey as well, where you just tell them your vision, and before you know it, you get the keys and you move right in. Stoltz Co. 615-622-5992. 622-5992, or visit online at stoltzco.com. That's STOLTZCO.com. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Saw John Rose Saturday afternoon on Rocky Top before the game. I didn't get a pic. I feel bad because we saw John. You remember you met John. What did you think of John? Were you there when we met John?
I was not.
Oh, that's right. We went back to the car and you had already left.
I was already getting my vocal cords ready for
You missed John and Marcia?
I did.
You missed 2 out of 3 gubernatorial candidates right there ready for you. They both asked about you. Not really. I'm making that up.
They were like, when you going to get rid of that new producer?
Mm-hmm. That's right. They said, where's that lovely producer wearing that bright orange color? Where's he? And I was like, I don't know.
Being a degenerate somewhere.
He's drinking spiked lemonade or something or another. Yeah, so we saw John, and I forgot, if John's people are listening, my bad. I forgot to get a photo with him. I should have. But he was down there, shaking hands and watching the ball game. Marcia was there as well with her folks. I saw Congressman Burchett, saw Congressman Chuck Fleischman. Hell, we almost had my goodness gracious, we almost had a quorum. We could have taken votes.
A forum. Could have done a straw poll.
We ought to have done a straw poll. I bet there were several done. If there's a politician around, they're doing a straw poll.
Was that the correct use of that term?
Yeah, pretty much. Straw polls suck. By the way, straw polls are stupid. You know what straw polls are?
No.
So, for those that don't know, like Jackson, I'm here to educate you. So, a straw poll is called so because it is it's a random and unscientific way to poll a gathering of people as to which way they are planning on voting. Would the vote be held today? And these are often done at events that are paid to get into. So these are paid political events that are designed as fundraisers for local political parties. So, for example, and I'm not begrudging the political parties for doing it because it's a good way to get attendance. So if they say, hey, for example, Jason Weekly might do this. Hey, the state, the Davidson County, I should say, GOP is hosting an event. They might be doing a straw. Let me give you an example. This is the easiest way to put it. I bet you they're doing a straw poll at their thing on Friday night. Now, this thing on Friday night is going to be great. It's at the Cabaret, a lot of fun. They're selling tickets, and they're raising money for a good cause, and that is to promote the GOP in Davidson County. But what the straw poll does, it encourages specific fans of the particular candidates to come out to pay the money so that they can win the straw poll, because what they then do is run around talking about winning all these straw polls when they stack the decks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
They're kind of loading the deck in their favor. But that's fine because they're paying money to do so.
Kind of like what Georgia does on the football field?
No, not at all like what Georgia does.
Where it's a sham and nobody should believe it?
It is not a sham. That W is down in the books. That W will forever be there. It is a game that will never be forgotten on Rocky Top.
I am such a sore loser about this.
You're entering. You talked about the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross phases of grief the night that we were driving home Saturday night.
Yes.
And you said at some point you were in denial, I want to say, and then
I've actually gone backwards. So I started in rage.
Okay.
And I think I'm in denial now.
So when are we going to get to acceptance?
When Tennessee whoops UAB this weekend.
Okay. All right. I felt like maybe it was until next year in Athens.
We won't play y'all next year.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all might have to live with this for years. Years.
I don't want to talk about it. No more football talk. Let's get to politics.
Okay. Susan is next up with a thought on a vigil for tonight. Hey, Susan, how are you?
Hey, Matt Murphy. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, you're welcome. I was just calling to see if anybody who's listening knows if there's any vigil that's going to take place in Columbia.
Okay. Well, we put it out there. I don't know of one offhand, but if there is one, I assure you we have so many listeners down Columbia Way that they will let us know.
All right. I appreciate you guys so
Yes,
much.
ma'am. Of course.
Hang in there.
All right.
Bye.
Well, you do too. We're going to try our best. Thank you for the call. And if anybody knows of one, hit us up on the super text line. You don't have to call us. Just hit us up on the super text line and we'll let everybody know. Dustin is next up. Hey, Dustin, how are you?
Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
Well, I was going to just let y'all know that there is a vigil for Charlie tonight in Woodbury, which is Cannon County, right outside of Murfreesboro. Starts at 6:30 on the square downtown there.
And where's that again?
Woodbury, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So right out. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, and that's, we've had a couple of folks tell us about that, and that's good stuff, man. I mean, Woodbury, just a little bit out of town, but if you're in that area, go by and join your friends in remembering the great Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, we're trying to get as many as we can.
Dustin, I'm glad you called us and let us know about it, brother.
All right. Have a good one, man.
All right, man. You too. Thank you so much for that. Vigil in downtown Columbia this Friday at 6 p.m., Miss Susan. So asked and answered. So downtown Columbia, 6 o'clock this Friday. Ethan writes in and says, Matt, I'm as open-minded as you. I believe and I feel that I've seen every angle of every theory. With that being said, very convenient, they just now found a screwdriver with his prints after so many experts say it was impossible for him to disassemble the rifle without a screwdriver. All right, with that being said, why would they reassemble the gun and leave it neatly in the woods to be discovered? Open your mind to the fact that the same, quote, person, end quote, responsible for this act is the same person, end quote, who killed JFK, MLK, Malcolm X, etc. The CIA/Mossad, who, if nothing else, gave the green light, did nothing to stop it. I know for a fact if I was anywhere online planning something sinister, the feds would be at my house at some point. There's nowhere on the web anywhere can run and talk in secrecy. That's my take. I know it's just a stranger's view, and I don't expect you to take it to the bank, but I hope you at least keep it in the back of your mind that in 30 years, when I'm in my 50s, the documents will finally be released that prove who really did it. Thank you, sir. So here's what I don't understand about Ethan's message and about the mentality behind the message. Ethan, you started the conversation by saying you're open-minded, but you've already closed your mind off. You've already closed your mind to the possibility that we're being told the truth. Before you respond, before you say anything, before you go to the keyboard and start typing, just hear what I just said, Ethan. I didn't say you're wrong. I didn't say you're right. I said you've claimed that you're open-minded, and I don't think you are. If you've closed your mind to the possibility that we could be told the truth, then that's not being open-minded about this. Being open-minded suggests that you're welcoming any and all possibilities. You have already closed off the possibility that this was a lone wolf. You have already shut down the possibility that Thomas Robinson was responsible for this. You have already decided, and based on your message, I'm not trying to prejudge your comments either, but it feels like you're deciding which information is most valuable to you so that you can confirm, before we have all of the information, that you can confirm that you're right, that it wasn't a lone wolf. Right? I mean, so I try not to judge these things based on what I feel, based on, I try to gather the information and put it together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, a mosaic. And we don't have all of the pieces right now. We have more than we did 24 hours ago. If Ethan, I love you too, and I appreciate you too. Ethan has responded and says, I've not closed my mind. Well, is it possible that this was a lone wolf assassin? Is it not possible that someone with a warped mind decided that they wanted to send a message to Charlie Kirk and his followers and channel their rage and their anger and their warped mentality? I don't know if I if I keep an open mind to the possibility, because I knew this was coming. I actually said over the weekend to somebody, I said, the theories are coming. I won't even call them conspiracy theories, but the theories are coming. Because we can't see anything in plain sight anymore without a certain segment of the population denying what we see. And even to the point that, if we watched it happen in real time, there would be those that would suggest, well, I had people telling me that they have, it takes time to find the patsy. They had already decided that there was a patsy involved. But we're just going to keep gathering information. There will be a subsection, not you, Ethan, love you, buddy, but there will be a subsection of the general population. It's a pretty small portion of the general population that thinks because they know better that they know better. And they believe that, Kash Patel, just like every other FBI director, is lying to us. And Dan Bongino, just like every other assistant director of the FBI, is lying to us. And Donald Trump, just like every president of the United States of America before him, is lying to us. And when you bring that up, those theorists will tell you, well, they're not being told the real truth by the real people that are really holding the cards. And I guess based on Ethan's comment, that would be the Jews. If it's the Mossad, right? Sometimes it's Occam's razor, right? Sometimes it's as simple as what is in front of you. We have watched with social media the rage of the online leftist. You've seen it manifest itself in celebrations. They are showing us who they really are. And there are some of us that are pushing that away. For what reason? So that you can feel smarter than everyone else because you have a theory that you think fits the narrative that you've created in your own mind, when the narrative that is happening right before us is far more frightening. That there is a significant portion of the population on the political left that have radicalized themselves on social media so much that they not only feel empowered, they feel obligated in some fashion to celebrate the slaughter of a human being. Why? Because they call him fascist. None of these people know that Charlie Kirk was a fascist. None of these people. It occurred to me the other night as I was trying to work this through my brain. All of these people that are calling Charlie a fascist, none of them have ever watched Charlie. They're getting it second and third and fourth hand in some cases. I defy you to define the word fascist. Secondarily, I defy you to tell me how Charlie Kirk was a fascist. And the bottom line is you cannot do it because he was not. Quite the opposite. Free speech is the antiseptic to fascism. The Second Amendment is the antidote to fascism. Yet you call him fascist. You don't even know what the word means. Come on. 53 after the hour on Super Talk. I'm not getting on Ethan. Ethan, I like you, buddy. I think it's a little bit early for the conspiracy theories. That's just me. The truth is much more frightening to me. That we have a percentage, and it's not an inconsiderable percentage of political leftists in the United States of America that are celebrating the assassination of a major political figure in our country. They're celebrating it. And they're celebrating it for reasons that make no sense. Oh, he's a fascist. What is that? How was he a fascist? What speech is he trying to shut down? What fascism has he been promoting? They can't tell you. They're not willing to debate it. Any leftist that's willing to come on my radio show and talk to me about how Charlie Kirk was a fascist, you are welcome. I invite you. There's an open door for you. But you won't because you can't. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Mark Levin up next.